Hello, good evening, and welcome back to Rimworld Beta 18. My name is Modi Apparatus. This is a brand new scenario for Beta 18. This is called The Collective, a 1960s flower power commune slash cult is the basic title here. I think I might do the phrasing differently in the actual scenario, which you can find on the Steam Workshop right now. But this is based on not the actual communes that you'll find in the 60s, but like the stereotypical in media, the tropes of communes that you'll find. So free love, nudism, psychedelics, that kind of thing is what you'll find. Simple, down-to-earth people that kind of are Luddite. They get rid of technology and they just want to return to the earth. Get away from the establishment, from the man telling them how to live. They can just be themselves and do all the drugs they want. It's basically the whole thing here. But that was the commune side of it. Then also I thought of ways we could tweak the commune ever so slightly if you get the right leader in charge of it. How does that change and become a cult? And I added some specialty rules on the end of the scenario that can help you push your commune towards cult. And it kind of is open-ended as far as like what you want to do, how far you want to take it. The main things with the commune are there's no technology for the most part, really high technology. There's no communication with the outside world. That's kind of the cult thing. So no trade beacons, anything like that. Simple living, basically. All of the drug production is unlocked from the beginning here, from the get-go. And the other thing is just standard rules, other rules. I'm trying to say that they have to keep vegetarian. They can't eat any meat. But there also is cannibalism involved if you can do the cult side of things and get a really weird cult going on. There is cannibalism involved. So a lot of the characters you'll see will pop up to be cannibal just so we can have that kind of option going down the road. I don't know if we'll take us necessarily advantage of it because, as I said, vegetarian is the way. They are peaceniks for the most part, but they aren't above defending their land. I think they're kind of more militaristic than that. They just want to keep the establishment and the man off their land, so they fight off whoever comes near them. They're willing to defend themselves against animals if the animals decide to attack, but in general, they'll try to be kind to their animal brethren. Anyways, let's get into a brand new colony here. I'll open up the scenario here so we can take a quick look at the collective here. So we start with all the drug production research, some of the basic stuff like pemmican, bedrolls, brewing, hydroponics, of course, for your growing and that kind of thing. A lot of different character traits we'll have: nudist, cannibal, ascetic, chemical interest, a lot of different things here. There also is going to be a chance for addiction and dependence right away for Psychite and Smoke Leaf. And then if you want to take a look at the rules for making yourself into a cult, those are all in the Steam Workshop version of the description here. The colony's going to be 5 people. We'll start with some basic assets and some firepower on our side here. Not a whole lot of stuff, really. So I'm going to take a couple minutes here. I'm going to set up our colony, set up our people, and then I'll meet you in game once we got everything set up. All right, so we've got our colonists chosen. I'll introduce you guys to them in a moment here. But to start off here, we'll read the starting text here. Welcome to the Collective. The Collective is a commune of like-minded individuals that believe in the freedom of human existence. The Collective believes in free love, free minds, and being in tune with nature. Establish your commune however you see fit. The Collective keeps the vegetarian, holds each other accountable for the crimes against the Collective, and of course, freely manufactures and uses mind-altering substances. Maintain the few simple rules of the Steam Workshop description if you like or don't. Just do whatever you want. Just be free. Oh, and if the Collective seems a little like a cult to you, then feel free to follow some of the optional rule ideas found on the Steam Workshop. That is our outline for the game here. That's what you get when you first start it up. There's some details in the Steam versions of the text there. There's some details in the actual scenario too. But most of it's in the most complete version of the rules are in the Steam version. So to start off here, we got lucky with some wild heal root here. That's kind of nice. So I did a mountainous region. Let's get back to the world here so I can show off the world here. We're in the Bluestone Mountains, the foothills of the Bluestone Mountains. Off the beaten path. We are near a road, but we're not, we're not too far away from some people either. But I want to kind of be in a mountainous area. And I like that the terrain here has a pretty large growing season. Since how we're going to be vegetarian, we're going to need growing a lot. So there's just a few weeks in December where we can't grow. 50 out of 60 days we can have growing, which is fantastic. Let's get into our people here. We have Riku, who is an empath from, I believe he's a Glitter World empath. Yeah. Great at social and animals and medicine and cooking. And is incapable of violence, though. He sticks to himself and... he's a cannibal. He has a chemical interest, optimism, and green thumb. So that is Riku. Next, we have Walker, who is a surgeon. I took him for his surgical skills, of course. Good at medicine, also can't shoot. Incapable of violence. We got a lot of non-violent people, and that's what we're going to be going for those part here. Non-violence against each other here. Medicine is good. Artistic is good. Some mining and growing and construction. Pretty much nicely well-rounded with a few nice passions. Can't do intellectual. That's fine. We're not going to have a lot of research to do. We'll have someone that can do it eventually. Next, we have Bo, who has some intellectual skill, a lot of shooting, a lot of melee. They're going to carry the team as far as defenses go. Former starfighter pilot, cannibal, ascetic, chemical interest, and optimist. Interesting there. And then we have Red, who is a deep space miner, great at mining. Needed a miner because we're in a mountainous area here. We're gonna need somebody that can do that. Decent at growing, a lot of passions. I like the passion on this guy. So we'll have lots of leveling up to do with him. And then finally we have Alice. Alice is our Hive World drone, great at shooting, good at melee, good at shooting, I should say, good at constructing and mining. So we're gonna get these people set up with some jobs here right away. Manual priorities, get everybody set up for firefighting. If they can do it, they should do it. Patienting, of course, if you're sick, lay down, take a rest. We have 2 people really good at doctoring. I'm going to put them both on it as a #1 priority, both on an 8. Bed rest is a thing to do, also. Keep that as a 8. Flicking, I don't know. I mean, I'll keep it as a 1 for everybody. I guess a 2. Well, I should keep it as a 1, because I mean, if I want it done, I want it done. Not that this should drop everything to do it, but I guess that would be what it implies there. Next up, we got Warden. That'll be Riku's job here. Handling. I would say also his job, second in command there. And then cooking. Probably those 3 things. Right there is going to take up the majority of his time. I'm not going to put on hauling or cleaning. Maybe it's a 4 for those things. So because these are pretty full-time jobs. Aside from the wardening. We're not going to have too many prisoners, I imagine. But then you never know. If this turns into a cult thing, they're going to get very, very militaristic. And people like the non-violent folks are not going to stick around very long. Hunting, we'll leave that to Alice and Bo. I think Bo should probably do it. Let's put a Bo on hunting. We'll have everybody on hunting, though. You guys can have 2 on that. Constructing should definitely be Alice. Mining should definitely be Red. So that'll be the jobs there, and researching should be Red as well when they're not doing anything else. That leaves poor Walker here, the surgeon, is our doctor. He can do art. Yeah, he can do some crafting. It looks like he's a 4. Not great. But does he have a passion for it? He does have a passion for it. We'll put him on 2 for that. Mostly, I think I'll put those on 3. Put calling and cleaning on 2. And we need somebody on growing. I think that's got to be him. Red can do it, but he's not very good at it. So we'll see if you don't have a passion for it. Yeah. We'll put you on it as well. Maybe on a 2 for that. When there's nothing to mine, you can do some growing. Because we do need food. And we don't have anybody that can grow it for us. So that's the team. Welcome aboard to everybody. And we'll take a look at our area here. So we have some big, gigantic caves here. Basically, potential for some gigantic cave dwelling here. I think for the most part, we need to find some rich soil, though, for now. Looks like we don't have a lot around here. There's a little patch here. A little patch here. Not a lot of rich soil to go off of. We might consider moving. Look at this, though. Look at this nice defensible area right here. That might not be a bad spot to start in here. We got a bear over here. This looks like it'd be super defensible right away, though. Now, eventually, I think we want to get into the mountains here and dig through. There's some additional caves and stuff we'll find in this update. Looks like over here is covered. No, it's not covered. But this would be kind of an idea of what the cave systems might look like. So yeah, we could definitely use something like that. Otherwise, there's this little elk over here, which wouldn't be too bad for defenses. There's no rich soil around here, though. We got mud, which we can't do anything with. Not a lot of good growing. There's some over here. Is there a way to make fertile soil? There's mods that can do it. All right, well, we got to stick with the soil here. There's no fertile over here. We do have hydroponics research, though. We could get that done. I think initially... So, I want to do a couple things here. We're gonna want like a nice massive compound. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on taking this area over here, sealing off these exits for our compound, and then dig through a little bit here so we have a nice pathway between these 2 areas. And we can do some farming down in here, maybe. So first thing we're gonna do is order some mining between this area here. Let's go straight through that. Make it 3 wide, that's fine. And then they'll work on that, and then I'll have some farms established over here. So let's zone some areas for farming. Like I said, there's not a lot of room for, rich soil here. This isn't rich soil here, is it? It says shadows, yeah. Shadows over here too. There's a little bit up here. We can't build on that though. All right, so let's get some planting done. We just need potatoes to start with here. Some potatoes, some rice, so we have stuff growing at different speeds here. All right, so I laid out some growing zones here. We have some potatoes here. We have some rice going on. We have some corn. We have some cottonseed and some hay grass. And then down here we have some smoke leaf planted. Up here we have some psychoid. And then on the sides here we have berries. I thought it'd be kind of a cool layout to see this all planted here and all the things growing up here. It's going to take a long time for somebody to plant that though, so I'm going to get somebody on growing right away here. Red and Walker should probably work on that here first. I'm going to put mining as a 2 right now. Hunting will take priority. Actually, hunting does not need to happen anymore because we're not going to hunt at all. Taming does, though. Handling doesn't need to happen, and it's going to be Riku, which means that we'll have researching done by you, which means you can go on growing here as well. That's going to be the growing. Growing is the hunting of this colony, for sure. We'll put you on cleaning duty if you're not doing that then. Should work on that. Alice will work on mining then right away. Looks like, because there's nothing to construct at the moment. And we'll have a nice little path going between these two areas. We should probably get constructing something though. Let's see. What's the fastest way to do this would probably be to box in this area here and use this as just a room to hang out in. Build some beds for now. Looks like a nice little barrack in here. Build all those beds and this. Now, the things I haven't disabled, I have not disabled. So if I have disabled orbital trade beacon, I've disabled, I didn't disable the comms console, but I did disable the trade beacon. I disabled the deep drilling scanners and all that kind of thing. I disabled the chem fuel generators because I figure they're not going to use oil, fossil fuels for that. They're going to use wood probably, maybe. They're gonna try the they have passive coolers unlocked, as I said. They can still build geothermal, they can still build solar panels if they choose to, and wind turbines. That seems like kind of like green energy they'd be okay with, probably. Natural energy, passive energy they'd probably be okay with. Hopefully they harvest this heal root. That'd be great. I didn't give them any starting medicine, so they're gonna need something right away here. We need to put some solar panels in soon here. We'll do that soon. Maybe over here where they can't be damaged easily. We don't have any components at the moment though, so we need to get some mining done for those first. I did not give any starting components, so we're not going to be too high-tech to the get-go here. Relying on regular stuff for the most part here. Oh, there's some weapons down here too. I should probably give them some weapons here. So who's our best shooters here? First of all, we have you on shooting. You can definitely get an assault rifle. And Alice is a 7, you can get an assault rifle. Walker can't. Red is a 7, Alice is a 7. Okay, you can have another gun here. Red is a 7, an auto pistol, and then Riku cannot shoot. No one else can shoot. We need to set up a stockpile so they bring that stuff in. I don't want it sitting out here forever. We need a stockpile that's going to be covered. I guess the easiest way to do that would just be to zone an area for some cover right here. Build a roof area. And for now, we'll put everything right there. We do need to box it in, though, at some point. Structure, well, let's see here quick. We can't box this in. We're too close to the edge. This is not going to be a good spot to be in. Okay, we're going to cancel this part. Cancel all that order there. We do not want to make a hole in here because that's going to just draw enemies right down to us right there. We can put a wall across here. That'll be fine. But we can't box that in. I might just do that for now. It's going to be 90 of our wood. Okay, we don't have a lot of wood to start with here. So what we'll do is we will put a stockpile down over here for now, keeping the animals out and that kind of thing. The door going in, and we'll set this as a zone stockpile here. Where there's everything allowed. Allow all, there we go. So everything can be stored in there for now. Hauling should be happening probably because there's not much going on right now. Oh, they're going to grab their guns. They're going back empty-handed, of course. Alice is going to go build that roof on. And hopefully build those beds. Cool. Everybody else is going to plant. Good, good, good. We need that to happen. We'll need some food made before too long here as well. We want to get a little more established than that before we get going here. So the commune, where did the inspiration come from? The original reason I went with the commune here is because this update added in Well, I guess where I started with it is that the update added in the ability to banish colonists. And last time we looked at Beta 18 here, we saw that you can actually go into a character here and choose to kick them out. And so I was trying to think about situations you would use that in. Like, what would have to happen? You'd have to have like a code of laws, right? And so I tried to think of interesting ways we can incorporate that. And I thought, maybe what if it's a cult and you get kicked out and excommunicated from the cult if you're disrespecting your fellow man or not respecting the leader or something like that. So I'm thinking, if people have mental breaks in this scenario, if people end up with mental breaks and they attack someone else, let's say they go berserk and they start attacking, then maybe that would be cause for them to be banished or punished of some kind. And that might be our code of laws. Maybe they get 3 strikes and out or something like that. Perhaps. But I definitely think we want to focus on that as a possibility. So, could be interesting. Could be very interesting. I think what we'll do here is, next thing I'll have them construct would be a wall across here. And then I'll put in some orders to mine this out. Like so. Mine it out like so. Get it pretty straight here. Ooh, this is going to be it's a lit wall there. That could possibly be ancient danger in there. I don't know if I want to mess with that necessarily. We'll find out. And then we'll let's mark this whole area for mining. I don't know who's going to get to it when. We might have some structurally things going on here, so I'm going to cancel some of these here to avoid collapses and that kind of thing. Let's see, I think 4 is the limit, so we're going to go like that. Like that. That should prevent it from collapsing anywhere through here. And we're going to have a bear trap, which isn't a great idea, especially because we're not going to be violent here. We'll put a door right in the middle here. Okay, so we got the beginning set up here. This pemmican's gonna go fast. Too fast probably. But we'll keep the animals out of it, hopefully. Let's go like let's set aside some animal areas here quick. Animal area and zone area. Expand allowable areas, animal. We'll say it can be through here. For now, mostly just through here. I'm gonna say that's where they want to go. So we have 2 hens and a rooster. That's perfect. We'll get some more chickens off of that. Keeping vegetarian does not mean they can't eat eggs. I'm gonna say they can use eggs for pemmican. This bear's on the wrong side of the map. He's gonna get hungry and kill some people. It's gonna happen. Why is there things dying over here? Got a tail cut off. Who did that? Certainly not my chickens. Not my beautiful chickens. They wouldn't hurt anything. So the other thing I want to do then right away here is put some structure in here. I want to keep animals out of our farm. It's always a problem when you plant everything and then animals come eat it. We had to experience that in our previous playthrough with I think it was llamas coming up to eat everything. No, it was boomalopes. That was right. It was boomalopes coming to eat all of our food. And we couldn't actually survive because we didn't have any potatoes left because the boomalopes came and ate it. We couldn't exactly just kill the boomalopes because they would have blown up the whole area. So we couldn't do much with that last scenario. Or it wasn't even really a scenario. I guess it was kind of a scenario. We had the exile was the last one, which didn't turn out that well. But that was one that's not like official. I don't think I'm going to release that one. Well, maybe I will. Might release that one to the public. This one will be on Steam right away. So you can go check it out for yourself. You want to try it out for yourself and see what you think of the scenario. I think it'll be kind of challenging. Especially if you keep to the vegetarian thing. Especially if you decide to kick out people if they decide to have mental breaks. I think what we're going to do is set up a thing to tame anything that's inside of here. Because we can't kill it. We can tame it. And everything's going to have a chance to attack. The grizzly bear especially. But we got to try it because we can't kill him to get rid of him. So they're all trapped now. Everything inside here is trapped with us. They're going to get hungry and die eventually. So we got to maybe get them on our side so we can feed them. Or they'll just eat our food here. Always a possibility. That was a 13% chance to succeed. Let's see about you. 5.1 chance to succeed. That's not bad. Better chance to succeed than fail there almost. Well, I mean, obviously better chance to succeed than fail because we're at 5% versus 1.3 for them to go hostile. So that's good. And luckily we got some berries right away so we can actually use those to tame. We don't have any hay grass at the moment. We'll use that eventually. We won't be able to make kibble because kibble requires meat, I believe. Unless we use eggs. We're going to need a lot of eggs though, if that's the case. So, I don't know. We'll see. Luckily there's not too much winter here. We'll always kind of have food. All right, first night in the books. I think when did we land here? We've been here for one whole day, right? Yeah, nice. All right, first day in the books. And we've got the beginnings of a farm here. We'll have the beginnings of some houses here soon too, I'm guessing. So let's see. Where are we going to build next? Let's build in some kitchens right over here. So let's see. This over here we'll use for other stuff later. I'll build into there. Right now I'm going to put a kitchen in here because that will be right next to our food supply. And it would just make sense to put that in there. So I'm going to start planning out a kitchen in here. Doesn't need to be anything big. That might be even too big. This is probably going to be big enough for a kitchen. And we'll put a door in there. Put a door in there. They can harvest the food and cook it right away. And then we'll put it into a mess hall like right here. Where people can eat and gather. We'll make it big enough. We'll make sure it's big enough. And that should be a pretty big room. For lots of tables. Let's just pause this quick here. Make sure the tables fit in there okay. Because that's one thing I don't do often enough. I don't like measure out while I'm doing it. So let's see. We put table right here. Let's just plan it out quick here. We'll put a table like right here. And we'll be optimistic about our colonists are going to be here. So this is 10 across then. We'll put some double doors in the middle here basically. Now we're building out of wood. We're probably going to want to use stone and stuff eventually, but we don't have to research for that just yet. So we'll do that. I think that'll look good. And we'll put in some nice flooring in here eventually. What am I going to do with over here? This is going to be for food, probably. Food storage in here. We would have to use a passive cooler for something to be stored in there, probably. We'll do that. We'll do this. This is going to let a lot of potential heat, though. Or potential cool. If I make a nicer cooler, what would I do? What would I do to make a nicer cooler? I would make it bigger. I'd go like this. Probably make it longer. And I'll have like 2 sets of cooler here. That'll provide the most insulation. And actually, if we want to provide a lot of insulation, what we'll do is double it up. That'll provide the most insulation. Now, we don't have a freezer or anything like that. We can use the passive cooler to keep stuff refrigerated, though. And what we're using steel for, we're just hauling it in. Okay, that's fine. Anybody minor break risk for Riku? Why are you on a break risk, my friend? Why are you in trouble here? What's the matter with you today? Just mad about the psychite withdrawal. That is a big detriment there. And you're waiting for that psychite. You're just staring at that psychite trying to grow here. Oh god, no, it's like going to grow. We probably will do drug processing for sure, just to embrace our scenario here. But we want to do that. We won't do that while we're eating, obviously. Major break risk for Riku. Riku's probably gonna be the first one to snap. So this is not gonna be great for passive coolers. Take a lot of resources to do. We might want to get real coolers here eventually. We'll build them though. And we got visitors. All right, cool. I didn't see where they're from. Shoot. We have. I can't see it. I don't have the archive thing installed anymore for this beta. It would be nice to have, though. Let's order some mining of this, too. Yeah, I like that, because we put the doorway right there. You get in and out of there easily. And this will probably be a construction room or something like that eventually instead of just a barrack. I'm guessing we'll put like the rooms back in here, maybe? Or compound? We need a lot more wood though. Or other materials. I mean, we'll have a lot of stone here eventually. I'm gonna put a zone area for dumping grounds over here. Put it next to the farm. So that's coming together a little bit here. Not bad for the first day. And then I think we'll do one more day and then wrap up this episode here. So right now everything's wood, as I said. We'll swap out the wood later. It did come to a big problem last time. Got a trader here. We don't really have anything to trade for. We don't really like just walk into our area though. And maybe we'll let our best social person take care of it. Would be Riku, who's in a very bad mood. Let's see what you want, sir. What do you want? What brings you to our fine colony here? Do you have any psychite that I can borrow from you? Just borrow. Just gotta borrow a cup of psychite, please. We're not gonna sell off an auto pistol. We're gonna want to collect that in here. Nothing. Why is he carrying around his incendiary launcher? Interesting. All right, goodbye, sir. Okay, we need to name the colony. Riku thinks that you should give the section a name. What should it be called? Nito? Is there a vowel in there? Is it N-to? I don't think so. We need to be like something like flowery, like children of the something. Children of the giraffe. And since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Riku thinks you should call the community Rimtown. I don't think so. We're Children of the Giraffe. That's the name of our collective here. And we're gonna call this one we're gonna call it something flowery, like saffron. Something kind of well, saffron's a spice though, right? But it's made from a flower. I think it's like a saffron flower, like a saffron I don't know exactly what the flower's called, but it is called a saffron something. And it's made from like the stems of that or something like that, or stamens from it or something like that. I don't know, but it is a pretty expensive spice, but it also has a flowery connotation. This kind of sounds new agey, maybe. All right, we'll call it saffron. Your faction is known as the Children of the Giraffe. Faction is known as Saffron, or the city's name is Saffron. Oh, who's gonna get attacked here? I can think that bear's probably attacking an animal. Yeah, the bear's got to eat. His bear's on his last meal here. Hopefully, gets recruited soon so he can get out of that room. He's allowed to go elsewhere. Meanwhile, we're cutting down trees as we plant here, which is good. Alice is going back to, bouncing back and forth between mining and constructing. It's because we're out of wood? Okay, that's what reason. So we need to set up somebody to plant cut then. Alice should be plant cutting then, probably. And we'll set up some orders to do some plant cutting here. Let's see, orders, chop wood. Let's chop all this down. Let's chop all this down. Let's get this stuff out of the way here. Let's chop that out. Okay, so Alice should go do that. That way we can have more building materials. Colonist idle. Who else wants to go chop some wood? Looks like Walker and Bo get to chop some wood. Congratulations. There you go. Enjoy. Chop down some trees. The Confederacy of Eulium. Interesting. We struck compacted machinery. Well, that's good. We definitely need that. So we can build some solar panels here before too long. Let's expand the stockpile a little bit here. Don't want to stockpile that one. Oh, we got a mad animal on the loose. It is a tortoise gone mad. And he's right there next to Walker. Walker does not have a weapon. Walker's incapable of violence. I'm going to send you to run away then. Red, can you help out? Red can help out. And anybody else in the area here? Bo, you have expertise in weapons. Let's get you down here quick. Red can kite this thing quick. Red, yeah, keep going. Keep going. Wait for Bo to show up. Yeah, to defend your people. Then well, the only reason we'll attack animals is to defend our people. Hey, don't get in the line of fire here, though. All right, nicely done. Now, we're not going to be able to eat that, though. We can harvest it for leather, but we don't have any butchering. And if I bring in animal product, they will try to eat it. So, there's that. Well, should we build a butcher table just so we can get some leather and stuff? I guess, you know, if we're gonna keep to vegetarian, why would we use leather from animals? We're not gonna kill animals for that leather, but well, you know what? We're gonna have to give it a respectful burial then. That's the only thing we can do. Give it a proper burial. We can't use leather products because, you know, we'd have to kill animals to do it. You know, animals aren't giving it up naturally unless we naturally procure leathers and that kind of thing. It's not going to happen. So we have to have an animal cemetery around here. Let's say we start over here. Pet cemetery, right over here. Red or whoever can go do that. Alice or Walker, can you Walker go make a thing? Who could make a thing? We have one person on constructing. Walker should be on constructing as well because he's a 5. And he's idle at the moment. So plant cutting will be a, or this will be a 2. Walker should go, dig this out. Dig that grave out so we can get a nice burial for our animals. So yeah, no animal products, no butchering table. No butchering table is necessary. That's something I should have disabled probably, is, berry. Can't eat meat, guys. We can't be tempted. No, we gotta bury it. No. Animals. Animals go in the graves, guys. People are for eating. Animals go in the graves. This tortoise will revisit that grave frequently, I'm sure. Ashamed of what we've done. So yeah, butcher table might, if I want to force the whole vegetarian thing, I could just disable the butcher table. And that'll definitely force you to keep vegetarian. So that's an idea. So how much did we get there? 8 components. Okay, that's enough to actually start building some stuff. I don't want to put it... Well... Where can I put it? Is this going to have a roof on it? No, it would. It is like a mountain spot here. I would imagine I want to put it like right here. Or we want to put it within the walls of the compound. I guess I could expand the walls at some point, though. Well, we'll address that next time. No rush on building the, no rush on building those because we don't have any steel for that just yet. We need more steel first. So we'll have to keep mining out the area here. Get some steel here soon. So we'll add in some you know, some solar power, some wind turbines and that kind of thing that they might approve of. That green energy kind of stuff. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for checking out the scenario. Let me know what you think of it down below in the comments. And I'll be back for another episode really, really soon. If you could plan to play this one, let me know. I'd be interested to see what you guys think of it. I did not test this for balancing at all. It might be very, very hard. It might be very, very easy. I should mention, too, we're going to be playing this for starters on Cassandra Sum Challenge. And I'll be raising up the difficulty if we find that's too easy. Right now, it seems like we're getting a lot of progress here. No raids or anything like that happened yet. So I'm thinking it might be a little too easy right now. For the start here, so rough might be the optimal difficulty to play it on, but we'll test with it. I'm willing to manipulate the difficulty as we go here for sure, and raise it up and down as we need it. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for checking this out, though. Appreciate you guys helping it out by leaving a like if you can, get some visibility on it, and I'll be back for another one very, very soon. Have a good night.